So to start, I'd like you to take your pretty inflated ball and just squeeze it in front of your chest until you feel like that pressure is helping you to expand the imprint of your ribs on the ground behind you. Take a few breaths in. And then roll up into bridge and down 4 times. Keep the pressure of the arms. Notice how that creates a container that holds your abdominal strength from the outside. And then take your legs up. You're going to shake them. Squeeze the ball between our feet. And take your hands up the side. Let's just start to take the ball side to side. Letting your pelvis rock with it. Try to keep the ribs down and find the control here. And then keep the pelvis stable. Allow the feet to roll on each other and do 4 circles in each direction. So now the thigh bones are moving inside the hip sockets. Take both legs down. Let your knees bend. Place the inflated ball underneath your right leg. 8 times, we're just going to push down that ball and extend the leg out. And then pull it back in. So even as you go all the way out, keep pushing down on the ball to get the hamstring and inner thigh activation. You could think about spinning your inner thigh down to the floor to help that. So one of the reasons why I'm holding off on offering the Mad Props series, like the 3 classes with my favorite tools to do with props, is because there's so much to do with the ball that's almost like a full class series on its own. I was kind of doing my own research to put that series together. I got so lost in everything this kind of stuff has to offer. I was like, how can I possibly just make this a segment of one class? So maybe when I'm older and wiser, I'll be able to condense it. But right now, this is just a really amazing pond to dip your feet into. That was 8. Change sides. Remember, cramps are your body getting stronger, especially hamstring and foot cramps. Other side. It is the level of drunk driving, with the legs and the feet. When you start doing this, it's astounding. You discover all the places where we're weak and we just compensate by moving quickly through in the hamstring engagement. And then I wonder, how come anybody actually lets me lift weights if I'm this weak? Except that makes you stronger. And keep squeezing both sides of your butt even as you extend the leg. So the work inside the pelvis should stay relatively equal, although the feeling of that work might be different. Take the ball underneath both feet. Let your knees open out to the side. Rest in a frog, quote unquote rest. Relax as much as you can. And then take your pubic bone and tip it up towards your navel. And then release it. And then take your hip bones and tie them together in a bow. And then release it. And repeat those actions, pubic bone, navel. Maybe pull them both together. And then release. And then hip bones, bow. And just as you keep on repeating those 2 options of horizontal engagement, then vertical engagement, what's your butt doing in the back? And is it doing the same thing on both sides? So typically we have one leg that turns out more than the other. And that speaks to a number of things in the pelvis, including like gluteal tone. One side of your butt might be more active in one way than another. which causes the femur to rest in a different position, which also changes how we're able to ground on that side. And there is not one right answer. What's cool is that we usually have two answers always living in our body so we can learn from it. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's move the ball up to the sacrum now. Oh, nice. And just do some pelvic tilts on that. Give it like a lovely release. And maybe press your butt, your tail into it enough that you can lift your chest up, because it's going to get nasty again in a second. How full can you make this movement now that we're working on an incline? Do whatever you need. Make amoeba-like circles. Maybe circling around the back of one thigh and the other. And now we're going to make it fun. You know my idea of fun. So get your semi-inflated ball and put it underneath one foot. Put your feet down. And now 8 times, just lift up and lower down to bridge off the ball. Lift your legs up. Hang out in happy baby, rock side to side. Do what you need. Shake that. And then other side. 8 times. Make sure your shoulders are helping you. Your hands are pushing down as well, so the whole of the back gets strong. Rest. Let's actually pick up that ball with our toes, pass it to our hands, and hang back out of that like wide leg happy baby. So, and you can also pull the ball apart, hang out. It just gives you a more closed chain. Really, it's not entirely a closed chain, but it's a closed chain experience. So I'm going to give you an image because I like it. You've all seen The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, I'm sure. If you haven't, you're missing out. You should rent it now. It doesn't matter if it's not Christmas. There's this moment where all the Who's down in Whoville get together and they start singing. And it's like this unity, right? And when you feel like your sarcomeres, like your muscle cells, are the who's down in Whoville singing songs of glory, and that's a piece of what the cramping is or the effort is in your muscles, like that's what you want to go for. So if your whole hamstring is the valley and the who's are living inside of it, this is our goal. I hope that makes sense. You're still here. So what I'd like you to do now is take the ball off of your pelvis and let's just hang out for a second, just jellyfish down on the floor, take a couple of breaths, roll it out now. And then we'll squeeze the thick ball, the full ball, in between our ankles, and we'll rip the thin ball apart. And slide over to one side and take a few breaths and really squeeze. And you can roll the extended leg down or up a few times, feeling how that also connects the waist on the shorter side, or just really like all the sensations. And then move yourselves to center, relax, but don't leave the balls. It's going to feel really different side to side, and that's fine. You know that's fine. Re-engage, go to the other side. Press, squeeze it, work it out. Try not to twist. You're not lifting the long side off the ground. You're just stretching it. And then come back. Relax again. Give it a wiggle. We have one more exercise. You're going to take the inflated ball, put it underneath one foot again. Take the other leg, stretch it up, and grab the ball behind the knee or behind the hamstring, behind something. If you want to use your hands on your leg, you can too. Flex and extend the top leg a few times and just notice your tib fin. You can put your thumbs on your tibia and just move the heel back and forth and feel the movement available to you there. And flex the foot and keep that sense of pushing your heel out from your butt. So you're going to feel the muscles around the base of your foot engaging. And then 8 times, push the leg straight and bend it in. Push down on the extended leg. Relax. Give it a tiny windmill as we change sides. So, I don't know, something fancy. Thumbs around your tibia, planted flex, just connecting into the movement available at the foot to engage the heels. And then 8 times stretch and bend into that left leg. Pushing and bending. I can hear dogs excited at the entrance. I know my next client's coming and probably bringing their dog with them. Just a heads up, we'll be ending kind of rapidly in silence. Have a wonderful day. There are 4 more leg extensions left and then a rest before you end, just in case I can't join you. Keep the who's singing. Last 2.
I needed to change the scenery. Come on, dogs. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Come on, Blue.
Have a great day.
Blue, come on.
Keep the who's singing.